You failed. Two words we all know too well. Failure can echo in our minds, overshadowing every victory, every compliment, and every moment of joy. In a world that often celebrates success, failure makes us question our worth. But what if we viewed failure differently? What if we saw it as an essential part of growth, a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block? Today, I want to share how those two words, "you failed," became the catalyst for hope and transformation in my life. How I discovered that opportunities aren't found by chasing success, but by facing the failures we're most afraid of and learning from them. When I first stepped into university back in the Philippines, I was filled with excitement. My world opened up to countless opportunities, and I planned to take full advantage of it. I threw myself into clubs and friendships, eager to belong. But one by one, I faced rejection. The no's and failures were as endless as the opportunities I once thought I had. At one point, I just stopped. I was tired of being rejected and left out. The world I was so excited for suddenly started to shrink. Before I realized it, I was utterly alone. The only company I had was the music in my headphones and the numbing escape of alcohol. Eventually, I spiraled into darkness. It felt like I was stuck in this room with a single window where I would watch life pass me by. The worst part was that I couldn't find the door out and lashed out at my family, who tried to show me the way. I sank so low that one night I thought to myself, the world will not notice if I were no longer in it. I had no intention of surviving that night until a voice rang clear in my head. Your family will notice and they will be devastated. So I banged on that window, screaming for help. I can only imagine the conflict of emotions my family felt: anger, sadness, anxiety. But they still opened that door and helped me. After, a psychiatrist diagnosed me with major depressive disorder. What I used to think of as my greatest failure and deepest shame turned out to be the single most defining moment in my life so far. I survived mental illness and stand before you today because of 3 lessons that failure taught me. First, in the aftermath of my suicide attempt, I felt so broken, empty, and hollow. One morning, I found myself in our university's church. I never really considered myself a religious person back then, but for some reason, I decided to pray. I recall asking so many questions. Why did this happen? And how did I get here? But of course, I didn't get an answer. I kept coming back, asking the same questions, only to constantly be met with silence. Until one day, I stopped asking and simply started accepting. I didn't get the answers I wanted, but I found peace. And this feeling wasn't a coincidence either. Research found that engagement in spiritual and religious activities are more generally associated with improved psychological well-being. It is even linked to lower rates of depression and suicidality. But that is not to say that you must have a religion to be happier or to combat mental disease. My take on this is having faith in something, comforts us by making sense of the insensible. Because I could no longer reason why I failed, I started to accept what faith was telling me. Faith tells me that I will never encounter an obstacle that I cannot eventually overcome. Faith tells me that people, experiences, and opportunities come and go into my life as lessons to make me a better person. Faith tells me that everything, whether it be good or bad, happens for a reason. And we may not know the reason now, but there will come a time when we will. Now, I do know why it happened and how I got there. So have faith that brokenness is not the end of your story. It is simply the beginning of rebuilding. And sometimes, the most beautiful parts of ourselves are built after we've been broken. Second, after so much heartache, it's so easy to say that it's better to live this life alone. Be wary of people, as they're more likely to hurt you. In our globalized world, we are connected more than ever before. Yet, we often choose to struggle alone. But I found that real opportunity lies in building genuine and supportive connections. Engaging in daily conversations with friends, even brief ones, can significantly enhance mental well-being. It is even addressing two proven self-management strategies in coping with depression: understanding the condition and fostering social engagement. Looking back, dialogue did help me get better. My therapy sessions were, at its core, conversations with my psychiatrist, with no judgment or criticism. As for my family and friends, of course, it was scarier. No patient-doctor confidentiality would protect me from how they will handle or react to these conversations. But these exchanges were so transformative because they fostered compassion and empathy, both for myself and for others around me. So have faith that opening up teaches us that to fail is to be human. It transcends race, culture, and generation. The experience of failure is a universal thread that binds us all. Everyone, anywhere in the world, at some point has failed. Understanding this has the power not only to heal, but to connect as well. Third and finally, opportunities and knowledge are only as valuable as the actions we take. While support from loved ones and insightful conversation can guide us, the decisive step forward is ours alone. Looking back, my family opened the door for me that night, and I hesitated. When it was finally time to step out of that room, I was scared. How do you gather the courage to move forward when fear holds you back? How do you rebuild confidence when failure has stripped it away? Across nearly every field researchers have studied, academics, sports, business, and more, individuals grappling with self-doubt are more vulnerable to performance declines. This gradually diminishes the willingness to take on new things, leading to a cycle of missed opportunities. And no matter where you are in the world, this cycle is the same. I found that to break this cycle, I had to redefine what confidence truly means. Confidence is not about being the loudest or most fearless. It is not about always being right or having the most accolades. True confidence is quiet and unassuming. It can exist alongside fears, mistakes, and insecurities. At its core, confidence is about hope. The hope that who you are and who you are becoming are enough to face whatever comes. Despite the fear, every action I took was fueled with that hope. And the size of the action didn't matter either. Some days, all I did was just get out of bed, pray, watch basketball, or simply smile. All these steps, even the ones we consider mundane, are victories. These small wins add up, gradually helping us let go of that fear and move forward. So don't wait for fear to fade and confidence to come back. Take the next small step, because each act of hope, no matter how quiet, strengthens us, not by being unafraid, but by moving forward anyway. And now, I see how all those steps and all those lessons mattered. Because yes, I failed. Yes, I hurt people. And yes, most painfully, I hurt myself. But if failing meant that I could rebuild my faith, if it meant I could connect more deeply with the people I love, if it meant I could finally trust myself to be enough, then I would fail 1,000 times over. And now I am here, in a new country, proving that across cultures and continents, failure can still open doors. Maybe, just maybe, that breakdown was never meant to break me. Maybe it was meant for me to break through to you, wherever you are in the world. You who feels trapped in that room with a single window, watching life pass you by. Please, don't just watch. Have faith, even if the silence terrifies you. Invest in friendships, even if disappointment is waiting on the other side. Fall in love, even if heartbreak is the price. Try, even if you are certain you will fail. Because it is in the silence, in the disappointment, in the heartbreak, in the failure, that we truly, finally, learn how to live. Thank you very much.